Hello everyone. Today we're here once again with the Ottoman Imperial Archives page at another beautiful mosque in Istanbul called the Nurosmaniye Mosque, which is in the Çemberlitaş part of Istanbul, quite close to the Grand Bazaar, one of the entrances to the Grand Bazaar. Now, this mosque is a little bit different from the mosques that we've shown you so far, as it was built in the year 1755 when it was opened up for prayer worship. And as a matter of fact, the architectural style of the mosque is also different from those that we've shown you of the Ottoman Classic period. This mosque incorporates what's known as the Baroque style, when more European influence was coming into the Ottoman lands in terms of architectural design. It's a beautiful, stunning piece of architecture with sleek walls of marble that have been designed extremely precisely. This is one of the main entrances here. You can see some Arabic calligraphy, which roughly translates to, it's basically a verse in the Quran, which roughly translates to peace be upon you, salamu alaikum, where the angels will welcome believers into heaven once they attain their place in heaven. And it also congratulates the believers for all of their patience throughout their lifetime on earth. For example, patience through prayer, patience through fasting, and patience in general throughout their lives. It doesn't really specify, it just says congratulations on the patience that you have shown. And the last part talks about how this is the greatest place to abode, which means basically heaven is the greatest place that they have attained. So we're going to make our way inside because it is quite windy out here. I just wanted to show you the external facade. It is a complex, it's a kulliya. There is the main mosque, its courtyard, and there was also a fountain, as well as a soup kitchen that would feed people. And this is one of the main entrances here. It was built, as I mentioned, in the year 1755 by initially by Sultan Mahmud I, who passed away during the middle of the project. And then Sultan Osman III took on the completion of this project. And as you can see, the inside of the courtyard is absolutely stunning. The Baroque style has its own charm, certainly very distinct from the classical Ottoman style, and some people actually prefer this type of sleek, beautiful design. And there are, of course, different inscriptions of calligraphy throughout the mosque. And then, of course, this is also the Baroque style here a little bit. Here you'll see elements of the classic style, and here we go. Let's make our way inside. The main architect for this mosque, his name was Mustafa Agha. However, I'm just putting my shoes away here. Again, we've touched upon these types of gates, a very heavy leather door that forces you to lower your head in humility once you enter and exit the mosque. So, as we were mentioning, the main architect of this mosque was Mustafa Agha. However, the main builder under his control, his name was Simon, who was a Christian subject of the Ottoman Empire, which goes to show the tolerance and compassion that people had for each other in the Ottoman lands, where they even, worked together on the most sacred and holy places, such as this mosque right here. Now, as we make our way in, you'll notice there's a beautiful second floor which is currently off limits to everyone. And here we go. And near the front, at the mihrab, there are two different turas of sultans, of course under the name of God and the Prophet Muhammad symbolically. And these turas are the turas of the two sultans which had this mosque built. And this is the beautiful mihrab here. And this verse here talks about the Prophet Zechariah and Maryam, and how Maryam, or Mary in Christian tradition, or Maryam in Islamic tradition, always had provisions given to her by God. And I really like the sort of unique calligraphy style here, which I'll try to zoom into. It's absolutely beautiful. It's different than the classic style mosques. You'll sort of see this type of calligraphy in the newer Baroque style mosques, such as Ortaköy Mosque in Istanbul and Nurosmaniye. And again, here we've seen this type of structure before in different mosques. It's called the Hünkâr Mahfili, which is the area that the Sultan and his pashas would pray. And the reason for this is, in history, throughout history, different sultans, unfortunately, were murdered and assassinated. So, the leading people of the nation felt it was necessary for the leader of the nation to have his own special protected prayer area. So that's the Hünkâr Mahfili. I see a couple of questions. When was this mosque built? In the year 1755, in the Baroque style, and the name of the mosque is Nurosmaniye Mosque. And just like the other classical style mosques, you will see the names of the four close companions: Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali. May God be pleased with all of them. Something also very beautiful, let me just change my angle here, is the dome, which is extremely high, but the calligraphy is in a beautiful blue and white. And pardon me, there's a beautiful verse written on here from chapter Nur in the Quran, and it's a verse that many people take exception to and get moved by whenever they read it. And I will translate it for you. So basically it says, Allah, our God, is the light of the heavens and the earth, and the example of his light is sort of like a space within which there's a lamp, and the lamp is within a glass enclosure, and the glass is a pearly white star from a blessed olive tree, lit from the oil, basically, of a blessed olive tree. And then it goes on, and then the famous verse, light upon light, or the Arabic, Nurun ala Nur. Allah guides to his light whom Allah wills, and Allah presents examples for the people, and Allah is the one who knows all things. Sorry, switched the camera view. So it's a beautiful, beautiful mosque, which I highly recommend. And of course here is the sort of area where the Imam gives lectures and speeches, not the Friday prayer lecture, which is of course on top of the mimbar, but this is just, reminders after morning prayers, etc. Now, the reason why this is called Nurosmaniye Mosque, Nur, of course, means light in Arabic as well as Turkish. And as you can see in the Baroque style, there are dozens of beautiful windows in this mosque, which allow for a great amount of light to enter this masjid or mosque, especially after morning prayers, which is quite a sight to see. There are also a couple of other explanations for the name Nurosmaniye. As we mentioned, Sultan Osman III built this mosque. So, it's the light of Sultan Osman III. And lastly, the final explanation is that the Nurosmaniye is named after the Ottoman family, which is the Osmanlı family, and it is the light of the Ottoman family. Now, outside this mosque, as I mentioned, is a complex, so there is a huge library with thousands of books that were sort of collected during Sultan Mahmud I's time. Unfortunately, that library is now under restoration, so those books have been since moved to the bigger Süleymaniye Mosque, which is not too far. And here we go. This is the Nurosmaniye Mosque, and as you can see here, right above the most important part of the mosque, the mihrab, is a different style of painting. This right here, what you're looking at, is Baroque style painting, which you will see in more modern mosques throughout the Ottoman Empire. And we'll conclude perhaps with one small detail, which takes us this way. The beautiful door handles of these mosques, which are called tokmak in Turkish, and the amount of detail that they've put into these door handles is quite dazzling, and even the doors themselves. So this is it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this live broadcast of the Nurosmaniye Mosque. Perhaps we'll try to take a 360 picture of this beautiful mosque as well. Thank you for tuning into the Ottoman Imperial Archives, and stay tuned for more live videos throughout the week or the next couple of weeks from Istanbul.